long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll drop to throw, finding time. And incomplete on the deep ball. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll try and throw for it here. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. Recently tell me we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll try and start this drive. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. You know, last week, Charles, I asked you about this Dallas defense. What do you make of them? 8-1, so much hype about the offense. Let's turn it defensive.
And they're a defense that really doesn't care about who gets the credit. And I know that's one of those great cliches. But they don't have that superstar that everyone just latches onto, except maybe Sean Lee, their linebacker, who I think is a marvelous player all over the field when he's out there. But also, in this game, as we return to the Pittsburgh area where he grew up a Steelers fan, had to be very sweet for him to take away a victory.
Exactly. Get to 8-1. Here's Smith. And, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Derek Johnson. So they will set...
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. boots. Stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty South, dirty roads. Nobody got no money. Got them signed up pickup trucks whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party. Night long bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight. Straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. Yeah, it's the kind of thing. You know we're straight out of that dirty South, dirty roads. Nobody got no money. Got them signed up pickup trucks whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight. Straight out of moonlight.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's Peterson's Vikings going up against Lacey's Packers. With that, let's get you up to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where we welcome in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. They go play action here on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Well, Diggs and Bradford had a good thing going in Week 10. In fact, Diggs led all NFL receivers in yardage, 164.
And Brandon, he just gets better and better. I mean, he was a steal last year because they got him late in the draft, and really his talent was better than that, but his production wasn't in college. But now, he's become the primary guy for Sam Bradford, the go-to guy for the Minnesota Vikings.
And right away, he lost the football. Look at the big man rumble. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now back here come the Vikings on offense, and this team right now 5-4, but started 5-0. Third team in NFL history to lose 4 straight after winning 5 straight. The other two, the 89 Rams and the 2009 Giants.
Did either one of those two make the playoffs? Because that's what I always think about. With a hot start like that, you don't want to let it go. Was either one of them able to make it back?
The 89 Rams did, 09 Giants did not. And now, Charles, you look ahead to what the Vikings have coming up. Cardinals, Lions, Cowboys, Jags. It's not easy.
Not easy at all. They will have to earn it if they do want to get to the playoffs.
Now McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Trying to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added look.
And this is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 46 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. And he completes it to Jordy Nelson. Nelson, a career-high 12 catches in that Week 10 loss. You know, he became the 4th Packer this year to catch 10 or more balls in a game. Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb, Ty Montgomery, they've done it as well.
And you know what else is really nice now for Jordy Nelson? When's the last time someone asked about his knee, about the return? Is the rust still there? Will he get his speed back? That's all gone now. We're back to full Jordy Nelson again. He's trying to figure out a way to help his team win some games.
And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Rodgers going to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
So we've got encroachment, and that's a free 5 yards.
Too easy for the offense. A bit of impatience by the defense on that one.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Finds his target, Montgomery. 17 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
2nd down following the incompletion. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll buy some time right. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's 3rd and short. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Toss play to McKinnon. And he's got some space here. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Bradford on 1st down. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
when you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's McKinnon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Talking about the Viking ground game, when Peterson went down in week 2, there was a hope that someone would emerge for the Vikings, but really that hasn't happened.
And the optimism was high because they were playing so well, and people were saying, well, remember, AP wasn't playing so well in the beginning. Remember how teams held him down? But you and I both know, over the course of the season, Adrian Peterson's going to give you numbers. Right now, Jerick McKinnon, Matt Alciano,
now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. They go play action. Now Bradford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph from 8 yards out. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Steps away. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
A good pickup there, a 22. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Rodgers. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Rodgers surveying the field. trying to improvise. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. They go back to the air here. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cordero Patterson from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And now it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
I want to shift for a second and talk playoff picture. Yes, we've got a few more weeks, but the NFC East and the AFC West have been ended today. We both have 3 teams in.
And right now, the NFC East essentially has 4 because Dallas is clear of the field. But Washington, New York, and Philadelphia really bunched in there. And then you go to the AFC West. Kansas City owns a tiebreaker over Oakland, and Denver also right there, the defending Super Bowl champs.
Here's Rodgers. Finds his target, Montgomery. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sharif Floyd with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It's a pickup of 17 there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw, it's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brian Robinson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Caught by Montgomery. 17 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to Lambeau following these words. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. It's Cobb. That one goes for 24 yards.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there outside of the pocket and on the money. They come out here in the eye. They're running with starts. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack. The offensive line's just getting pushed around.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Bradford to throw it, and he's got Kyle Rudolph. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Bradford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Off the play fake, Bradford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now Blair Walsh on for a long field goal. He's hit from as far away as 56 in his young career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's brought down after a good gain. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. They come out here in the I. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
On first down, Rodgers flushed out right, looking middle, and it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game, is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brian Robinson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Rodgers to throw. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
319.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
To throw is Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the linebacker, Chad Greenway, with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through.
And the pressure gets to Bradford, and down he goes. Clay Matthews in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Bradford, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? This is Cobb with a catch right side. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like you did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
And now here's another interception. It's the linebacker, Chad Greenway, with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Still left on second down. Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. A dump down to McKinnon. The 25 now at the 24. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. The play clock's running down. Here's Bradford. Flush to his right. Hard throw, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 4th and 4. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one incomplete. Back now at Lambeau. A 2nd down throw for Bradford. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing, Bradford. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Mike Daniels able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good, and that will make this now a 19-point advantage. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 3rd down. 10 yards to go on 3rd. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Hey, 626. 319. Hey, flex.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. It's a gain of 7. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He's got time in the pocket. Finds his target, Montgomery. Touchdown. Make some inroads here on that deficit. Rodgers will throw for it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
1st down, Bradford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Perry able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. Off the play fake. Bradford under pressure, and they got to him again. Clay Matthews in there for an important sack as that moves him past his father, also named Clay Matthews, who racked up 69.5 from 1978. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Bradford now to throw on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Jerick McCannon, 51 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packers offense now heading. Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that it's only FB. And now here is another interception. Terrence Newman with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
My second body cost a lot. After I bought it, I just wore it home. Reading philosophy and gossip rags. Spending my bottom dollar on my toes. I'm a pacifist.